Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lone Star Christian Sports Network. This is Dan Morgan. I'm sitting here with my buddy John Walk. We are at TAPPSCON 23 here in Waco. John, beautiful day here in Waco, Texas. Big crowd here for TAPPSCON, over 300 pre-registered,
And there were
quite a few.
and there was a line. Yeah, there was a line at the door when we got here. So
quite a few walk-ups, and hey, what's up, Coach? And so we're getting set up. They got a little event going on here at 9 o'clock. Keynote speaker, and after that, I'm sure.
I think I met him when I was talking with Coach Miner from Fort Bend Christian. So we're going to visit with Coach Dion Miner sometime here in today or tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to be able to get Gary Bremer from San Antonio Central Catholic, the 6A. I don't know if they're doing male and female coaches of the year. He's one of them. Gary's been a long-time friend of mine and has done a great job. 2 back-to-back cross-country and track and field championship, 4 championships in the last 2 years. So hopefully we'll get a chance to visit with Gary. But we're going to go through and kind of record these and get them up on our YouTube page, and then we'll get it out via our socials. And looking forward to a good day and a half.
Got a chance to just kind of wave at Coach Walksmith, so hopefully we'll get to visit with him a little bit from Shiner St. Paul.
Talk about that Lubbock Christian game.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll have to ask him about that sideline, how that sideline works there. But I'm sure he won't have much to say about it. But we'll try to wind him up anyway. But
hey, all you can do is try, right? No, he's such a class act, and good to call him a friend. And we've seen him here, obviously, the last 2 years and that. So hopefully get a chance to visit with Jake. But it's always good. I mean, as we were, Steve was sharing with the keynote speaker. I mean, you've been coaching for 30 years. I've been covering this stuff for 30 years, and since the 93-94 season for me. So I mean, I'm coming up. I took a step away for a little bit, but my mind's always been in private and parochial high school athletics, and again, we're glad to be here at TAPPSCON. We support everybody. We support TAPPS, SPC, TCAF, TCAL, TAIAO. Hoping I'm not missing anybody.
private
Homeschool.
Homeschool Association.
Homeschool, yeah. So,
there's a little different format here this year. So they had fine arts the day before.
mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about it. Actually, this morning, spoke with Steve and a couple of others, and he said they had mixed feelings about it because, of course, they want the fine arts people to be a part of the whole TAPPS experience because, I mean, those points count towards the Henderson Cup.
Right.
So, all those folks are in the same boat together, but it kind of freed up space, I guess, for them and time by having it the first day.
Well, I mean, I could see the advantage from whether I'm a fine arts person or whether I'm an athletic person is that I come in and get my 1 day of concentration,
right,
and go home. Yes, I might want to, especially if I'm in a smaller school and I'm tabbed with doing a little bit of both.
Right.
But otherwise, if I'm just simply I'm a coach, I'm an athletic coach. Yeah, I appreciate what's going on in the fine arts world, but I'm not going to come for those sessions and register for those. So I think, to me, it's not a bad. When I saw it, I didn't think anything. I didn't think anything different. So
a couple of new things. We've been working on. We're going to open up our message boards. Opening up. There's a link on our link tree, which we'll be posting the social. Well, it's on the top of our social media page.
Yeah.
So if you click on there, it's the LSCSN message board. You just have to register. It may take a day or two because we've got to approve you, and it's like
there's no anonymous.
Yeah, it's not going to
be anonymous garbage from the old days.
We want you to feel free to post. I mean, it's just we're going to try to keep it between the lines, and I don't think we'll have a problem. But we encourage you guys to go out and register.
Well,
also, we have our MailChimp link on there as well. Sign up for our email list, and you'll get the updates. And when John does updates, which he does a fantastic job of, you'll get an email with the update on private school sports around Texas.
Yeah, Dan, I don't get any analytics from Twitter on that, but I do from Facebook, and we're getting reads on that. So I mean, I'll send out, like, the last one I did was the last three I did a Division I softball, NCAA, our kids that were competing there, and then I did a Texas track and field media champions update, and then talked about listed their winners, and then I think I just did one for the NCAA Division I regional. So. Again, we're just trying to touch them all. I mean, there's some folks out there that do some specialized stuff, and that's perfectly okay.
That's our Twitter right there at LSCSN. Be sure to follow us there.
But, I think one of our hallmarks has been over the years, and I think I've told this story before back in, Dan, in the Walk Sports Services days, I'd get, football was priority, and, it is in this state. And then, I do a little bit from basketball, and, man, I'd have folks in other sports get mad at me because, it's like, why do you, I'm going like, and because they thought I did it for a living.
Right.
And so I've kind of carried that experience into what we're doing here from an LSCSN standpoint, in that I'm going to try to touch them all. And if that means I have to do a little bit less and I can't do some things in one sport versus because I've got a bandwidth issue, so be it. I'd like to do more for volleyball. There's still some ideas that I've got, and it just takes time. So we'll figure.
I was going to give you a hard time because you posted a picture on Facebook, and it was from the private school basketball.
Oh, the Holiday Hoop Fest at McLennan.
Holiday Hoop Fest, and I was like, man, you had a lot of hair back then. I was going to give you a hard time about that.
Yeah,
but good times.
I hadn't learned yet not to wear vertical stripes when I'm a little overweight.
But we're gonna, we're trying to get back to those days. We'll see if I can survive to retirement. Maybe we'll get around to putting some of that stuff together again. And it's tough nowadays because people do their schedules, ahead of time. But we're
the climate's changed. Dan, I didn't realize. After I posted it, my mom found that picture, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And once I posted, I realized, that was January 1 of 97. I didn't start doing anything until like January 1 of 94. So, I was very fortunate that 3 years in that I had earned the respect of, guys like a Greg Glenn, a Butch Sigler, Scott Jolly at Jesuit, Andy Zillman at Lynch, Dave Cook at St. Michael's, a great girls coach there. And I was grateful for that. I'm grateful today, and I'm grateful to have, the relationships with people that we do, today from a Steve and a Brian, a George Teague, and you have you're on a first name basis with George, and treats you like he's known you for 25 years, and what he's accomplished in his playing and professional career. That's an honor. So.
Well, we're going to take some time today. We're going to try to get a hold of as many folks as we can, and we may not get all the links out right away. It may be this afternoon after everything winds down, but we'll do our best to get.
Well, it might be things that they can go to sleep with.
Right, exactly. But we're going to try to do it right, and again, we appreciate you being with us. We appreciate everybody that follows us on Twitter and Facebook, and engages with us, and tags us, includes us in their information, and all those sorts of things.
And I wish there'd be more of it. I mean, we've got some guys, like Julius Michael, cross country coach at Episcopal, is engaged. Tom Earl at the Woodlands Christian Academy. Coach Brimmer at Central Catholic. And others, Mike Walker, athletic director at Second Baptist, Beck Bryden, who's now gone from Regent School to Second. Hopefully we'll see Beck. Hopefully we'll get the volume.
He was in there.
Oh, okay, so we'll make sure we get the volume right from 2 years ago.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to hear his interview this time. I don't know who that engineer was, but I think we fired him. I don't know.
We hired him back because I can't do it.
But we appreciate you being with us, and hope you guys have a great day. And John, we'll be back on a little bit later.
Very good.